Some nights I'm sleeping like a brick, and other nights not so much. And the nights that I am not sleeping, it seems that they are more than the nights that I am sleeping like a brick. Our minds are on Ferrari mode, thinking about anything and everything from A to Z. Right? This is the season of uncertainty. But I know one thing is for certain. I said it before. God is in control. A couple of those nights happened this week, but one in particular. It's the middle of the night and I am tossing and I am turning and I can't seem to get comfortable enough to just fall asleep. I look over across at Faith's work desk and the clock says 1:19 a.m. And I've been trying to fall asleep since about 10:30 or 11 o'clock that night. I finally fall asleep only to wake up at 3 something, and I sit on the edge of the bed frustrated, and I am fed up, and anything is better than laying in bed hoping that you fall asleep. Anybody ever just laid in your bed at night and you just looking at the ceiling in the dark and you can't fall asleep, and Lord have mercy, anything is better than having to sit there in the dark hoping that you will sleep, and then the next day comes, and whether you're at work or doing your thing, that's when sleep wants. Amen. And so where do I find myself? I find myself in the office on YouTube, and I am watching every video on YouTube, from fishing videos to motorcycle videos, and I hope my wife is not watching this morning because I got my eyes on a new one, y'all. And I some way begin watching a documentary about a poor community in Cachoeira, Paraguay, or Paraguay, depending on your pronunciation, right? I find it kind of weird though, because I just read about this same story in a book a couple of days before. But anyway, as I am watching, it is everything that you would expect a third world poverty to look like. The actual community is literally located in a landfill where they dump more than 1,500 tons of trash every day. Broken and discarded junk piled up everywhere, and that's home for some of these people. And let's keep it 100. Some of us are walking around and living in the midst of emotional and mental junk. Oh, come on, somebody. But as I'm watching the video, I'm thinking to myself, here I am talking about how the speaker on my $1,000 iPhone is tripping. Talk about first world problems. More than 100 residents scratch out a living by digging through the trash to see if anything can be recycled and sold. And let me tell you, I have seen this poverty firsthand. My parents come from an island, a sweet island just below Cuba, probably the best in the Caribbean. Let me not start no fights in here this morning. But they are from the island of Jamaica. And although my parents have had the opportunity to live a decent life in Jamaica, we've been to places like Rima and Trenchtown. Like, I promise you, in the poverty there is a different kind of poverty. And the whole situation lightweight depresses me, right? And it's in every third world slum, right? That there's this certain smell, right? And what YouTube can't give you is that smell. The whole situation, like I said before, lightweight depresses me, and I feel like I know I'm not missing out on sleep for this, and it all seems broken beyond repair, but I keep watching. That smell that I'm talking about is the smell and the stench of hopelessness. Nowhere, no future endeavors, no aspirations, no goals. Why? Because the situation says that there are none. Oh, come on, somebody. I soon see, though, that this community in Paraguay is known for much more than trash and a landfill. Something I would have never guessed. And this community is known for having an amazing orchestra. Not like your average New York Philharmonic or Chicago Symphony or even the Vienna Philharmonic. No, it's a children's orchestra where all the players live right there in the slums, right there in the landfill. There's a gentleman by the name of Fabio Chavez, and he is a young professional musician, and he happened to come for a visit, and when he saw the living conditions, especially that of the children, he was horrified. But not only that, he was also angered that no one was doing anything about it. So he announced one day that he was going to open a music school. Before you knew it, he had surrounded himself by eager children, willing and ready to learn, right? But they had no instruments. No worries, though, because Chavez had ideas for that too. He met a trash picker by the name of Nicolas Gomez who could literally find almost anything in a mound of garbage, and Chavez asked him to look for a very special kind of trash. Bring me anything that you could recycle into an instrument. How would they do that, you ask? They made a cello from an oil can and old cooking tools. They made a flute from tiny cans. They made a drum set with old x-rays as the drum skins. A violin from beat up aluminum salad bowls and strings tuned with forks. You see, Chavez heard. And Chavez heard not what was, but what could be. Oh, I feel the Holy Ghost right there. Somebody needs to shout right there. Chavez heard not was, but what could be. And if I could just detour for a moment, because a lot of the times when we look at our situations, we always look at the difficulty or the negatives of our situations. As believers, and we have that victim mentality, that woe is me mentality. And many of the times we are frazzled in the challenging moments of our lives. And that's because we are speaking from the center of our circumstance, and you cannot see the whole picture when you are sitting inside the frame. Oh, come on, somebody. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest. Listen, October 30th to November 1st. What's going down? You know it. GrowCon 2020. I'm going to say it one more time. GrowCon 2020. For those of you who've ever been to any of the Grow marriage conferences, you know that they have been phenomenal. Now listen, COVID-19 and this whole COVID-19 area has been challenging for us, right? Why? Because the children are at home, the husband is at home, the wife is at home, and we've been put into a predicament that some of us have probably never been in before. In other words, you weren't prepared for it, right? And so it's presenting some challenges and difficulties in a ways that we've never experienced challenges or difficulties, right? Get your ticket now. Come through to GrowCon 2020, and what we want to do is give you the tools necessary to show you how to navigate through this current era, right? Who will be there? None other than Jorge and Kayla Sierra, co-hosts of The Good, the Bad, the Sexy. Preach. Paul Garrett will be there, and I promise you, we're going to dive into some of the ways that we are wired, right? And some of the ways that drive our wiring, right? And he's going to take you on a deep dive, and I promise you, if you've ever been to the Grow conferences, then you know you are in for a treat. Myself and my lovely wife, Faith Green, will be there, and guess what, y'all? Oh, the music is going to be popping. None other than DJ David Settles will also be in the building. Listen, this is going to be something that you don't want to miss. You need to invest in your marriage, and we're going to give you one of the ways to do that, right? From October 30th to November 1st. Get your tickets now at growcon2020.eventbrite.com. It's GrowCon 2020. It's your boy Quest. See you there.